Hi friends, in this session we're going to see the poem Dejection and Ode. This poem was written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge and it was published in the year 1802. This poem talks about the sad part of our author who feels sad for his beloved one. The preface to the poem is concerning the moon's ominous foreshadowing of a deadly storm in the ballad of Sir Patrick Spens. Coleridge remarks that if the bard is accurate about the weather, then this currently tranquil night will soon turn into a storm. Coleridge sees the new moon holding the old moon in her lap, an identical scene to the moon image in the prologue. He wishes for a storm to occur because he needs something to stir his emotions and startle this dull pain. Coleridge's invocation of Lady suggests that his pain is the result of a broken heart and signals that this poem is a conversation with this lady who represents Sarah Hutchinson. In his grief, Coleridge says that he has been endlessly gazing at the skies and the stars. He claims that he is so overwhelmed with sadness that he can only see and can no longer feel or internalize the beauty of nature. Coleridge doubts that anything can lift the smothering weight from off his breast. He admits that gazing at the beauty of the skies is a vain and futile effort to ease his pain. He realizes that outward forms will not relieve him of his inner pain, and that only he has the power to change his emotional states. Coleridge once again addresses his lady, telling her that although some things are inevitable in life and controlled by nature, a person must still be an active agent in creating his or her own happiness. He describes the characteristic of the feeling of joy to his lady. He extols the powers of joy which can create beauty as well as creates a new earth and new heaven. He reflects on a time when joy was able to surmount his distress. During that time, he was able to take advantage of the hope that was not his own internal hope that surrounded him in nature. However, the distress he feels now is much more dominating. He no longer even cares that all his happiness is gone. However, he does lament how each small visitation of sadness robs him of his power of imagination. Since Coleridge cannot feel any emotion other than sadness, his imagination would have at least allowed him to steal the happiness that surrounded him in nature and thus pretend that he possesses joy. Coleridge now turns his attention to the tumultuous weather. Within this raging storm, he is able to hear the less frightful sounds of a child looking for her mother. Although it is now midnight, Coleridge has no intention of going to sleep. However, he wishes for sleep to visit his lady and to use its healing powers to lift the lady's spirits and bring her joy. Coleridge concludes the poem by wishing the lady eternal joy. One of Coleridge's more personal and autobiographical poems, Dejection, was originally a verse letter to Sarah Hutchinson, a woman with whom Coleridge was desperately in love. Hutchinson is not mentioned directly, perhaps because at the time of the poem's publication, Coleridge was unhappily married to Sarah Fricker. Coleridge was inspired to write it upon hearing the opening lines of Wordsworth's ode, Intimations of Immortality. In his own poem, Coleridge echoes Wordsworth's themes of disillusionment in love and the loss of imaginative powers. In Dejection and Ode, Coleridge also reinvents poetic traditions. His opening quotation is from the ballad of Sir Patrick Spens. Yet his poem is given the title of an ode. The ode dates back to classical times as a serious poem concerning itself with a highly regarded subject, accompanied by a strong attention to details of time and place. This poem is dedicated to a lady rather than a somber meditation upon a public occasion, also divorces it from the ode tradition and places it closer to the English ballad in sensibility. And also, the power of nature were also described neatly in this poem. I hope you could have understood this poem. Stay tuned with Learning Station for further videos. Thank you.